Juiciest crypto news coming back to you, baby dolls. Let's have a look at that Russell 2000. Whilst Bitcoin sits at $60,000, the Russell 2000, this is the daily chart. It seems to be grinding down, but if we actually zoom out a bit, it seems okay for now. We just need this to eventually go up. That's what we're all pretty much waiting for, friends. The Russell 2000, it's a small caps. It's like the risky speculative end, the unprofitable biotech, just poo-poo companies out here, poo-poo companies that can fly, mind you. And we're all waiting for that to finally turn around. And like I mentioned to you every day, we're still waiting for the US macro data. We're waiting for the US election, which is in about literally 1 month. And then probably the market's just going to have more confidence to be able to finally do that, thrust into the northwards direction, which is what we want. But right now, there is no expansion. There is no expansion, friends. It might just come down to the wire. It might come down to that US election. It feels like we're all building up to that. So the crypto market might just be in this range mode until that moment out here as it starts to price in the victor. And we don't know who it's going to be, friends. It's neck and neck, but this is the Bitcoin price chart right now. And I've just placed the weekly super trend here, friends. So I'm looking at it right now. It's funny. We're sitting right on that 21 EMA again. This is the 7th time. Now, there are a couple of there's some other influencers out here in crypto land, friends. Everyone's got a lot of opinion. We're going to crash or we're going to go up. Okay, I'll just tell you one thing. Friends, I've been trading for a long time, okay? Literally, I know the indicators they all use. And like, for example, Steve uses the Gaussian channel, okay? The Gaussian channel. Gaussian channel technical indicator. I just want to show you something, right, when it comes to these. And I'm sure you've seen it around. It's this big, like really delayed wave. It goes green and then it goes red, etc. So if you're new to markets, you don't know what's actually going on with these, friends. Indicators, they can only basically, there's just two things that they can do. Either they're using these moving averages or they're just using these extensions basically, and they're trying to like normalize a range. That's it. Based off like how many days it moves up or whatever. That's all you can do. Okay, just price data, okay? So the Gaussian channel just showed you, it combines these different moving averages. So once again, everything's just like moving averages. But here's the thing with moving averages, okay? Especially with crypto and Bitcoin over time. Logically, if you ask like a grandma, okay, about moving averages, what's a grandma probably going to tell you, okay? If they talk to you about Bitcoin, right? They'll go, oh, when Bitcoin was small, it could move fast. And as Bitcoin gets bigger, it's harder to move up. So even like a grandma or a young kid who doesn't not much to do with markets, they'll eventually figure that out. But the mid-curvers in the middle, they don't. And so what they do is they keep using these moving averages, 50-day and 100-day and 150-day. And what they use is they're using data from the past when Bitcoin was 100 million market cap, 1 billion, 10 billion. Now Bitcoin is 1.3 trillion. Okay, it's a thicker liquidity move up, which means more money needs to come in to basically chew up orders. Okay, because whales, it takes longer for them to make decisions, right? Retailers just can't chew up an order. So what you end up finding out is, as we get bigger, we're doing these longer, thicker ranges out here, and the moving averages start to catch up. Okay, so they're basically just showing you that things are slowing down over time. It's getting harder and harder for things to push up. Okay, and you can see this is pretty much every data point. But what people end up doing is it'll lead them to this conclusion that, oh, something's wrong now and the market's screwed or anything like that. Well, no, really, like someone who's not even in markets, like, oh yeah, that makes sense. When it was smaller, it could move up faster. Now it's bigger, it just takes longer to move up. Okay, that's exactly what's going on here. And if you don't know that, if you're just looking at like these different colors and because there's all these visual appearances, you think there's something cooking underneath the surface with this engine. It's grabbing like these exotic data. It's not, man. It's just a bunch of moving averages thrown around, friends. There is no secret magic here. So what I like doing is using a super trend. Why? The super trend, look at this. The super trend, fans, look at this. It's literally just been sideways forever. Look at this. Still sideways forever. So you can stay in your range forever. That doesn't tell me anything. Okay, that's why I like looking at stuff differently to other people, because the market, what's everyone looking at, friends? Everyone's looking at, oh, look at these moving average, up, down, up, down, up, down. You know, I think Ben Copen uses the 21 EMA, and it's no surprise to me. This gave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6 5 or 6 false readings. Okay, it's no surprise to me because he's got like almost 1 million followers. And look, I've seen this happen, friends. One big influencer starts looking at markets a certain way, and then it permeates all out to everybody else. And what you actually find is, as the cycle plays out, it stops working. It literally stops working. All right, you watch it for yourself. In the next one, there's going to be other ones. You've seen this before, by the way. Remember the golden cross or the death cross or anything. Things work and they stop working. That's just how markets work. When you're trading, all this short-term trading and swing trading stuff, not everybody can win. It's PvP. Only the top 10 to 30% can win. Bottom 70% lose. Okay, and the tool needed to win, it's a moving target over time. It's like, okay, one day you take your elbows to war, okay, but next day they have an elbow shield, so you've got to take your spoon, okay, and the day after that, okay, you got to switch back to your elbows. But figuring that part out, that's trading edge itself. And what you actually find is you spend 5 years doing that, and but most people are spinning their wheels when you could have just bought and held and won because you're swimming along with the whales. So where does that bring us today? Well, Floptober is currently happening right now. I say there's a joke term, friend. This is the October candle. It's currently red wool. We're like, what happened? We were expecting October. What happened to the green Tober? I know. This is how markets work, friends. I've got some amazing news to show you that this has all happened before. But if you're curious, okay, I've actually got something really juicy for you. This is really, I hit the nail on the head here, okay? I said the Bitcoin ETF ain't as important as anyone thinks. Now, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Data's in. Do you want to see what the data in? I'm going to ask, or just a quick guess. How much do you think of all the total Bitcoin buy volume this year, how much do you think the ETF was? Okay, you guessed wrong. The answer is 5% since January. That's right. I'm not making it up. Glassnode officially they checked their data points. Bitcoin ETF only contributed 5% of the total Bitcoin buy volume. What? That's right, man. I'm telling you, friends. News events, they're not as important as you think. There are bigger fundamentals. You can't make a lot of money by consistently relying on these news events. You can't. Okay, there are these knee jerks and stuff here and there, but that's for leverage trading. Okay, short term, you can't. Okay, it's bigger. The network is bigger. That's why even if they rig the election and Trump loses, even if he does, there'll be a knee jerk. We're still going up. Okay, Bitcoin, the network, these things are much bigger than a few variable points. If we could really dictate the future of these things by a few variable points, some nerd in some science lab would have been figuring it out, and he's throwing it out to Renaissance or any of the other scum MEV, quant fund, Citadel stuff, and yeah, they'd be mining all that edge out. Okay, but you can't. So after hearing that, friends, okay, we're actually gonna play some happy tunes right now. I know I could split steel with this sword. We're having fun. We're going to keep having fun. They can't stop us, friends. Look at this. See this global liquidity index, friends? The blue line, that's going up over time. So Bitcoin is hyper reactive to them printing money. That's it. They're printing money. We are a hard money island, cryptocurrency land. Okay, we're hard money now. Maybe when we onboard the rest of the world, it'll be just like the fiat system. Maybe. But we're just hard money now. And then they're just debasing everybody. And a lot of people are calling for... Watch an interesting interview with Raoul Pal. He said, there's a lot of doomsayers out there. They say this money printing is going to cause inflation and people think everything's going to go out of control. I don't think so. I think they're just repeating exactly what they did around World War II, friends. That's how they paid off all the debt. After World War II, they printed a lot. As a bondholder, you lost 60% of your money by the end of the 10 years. I'm not joking. Literally, you lost 60%, 50-60% of your money. They debased everything. So they basically robbed purchasing power. Now, when you hear that, you think, wait a minute. All the people who own the bonds, which is retirees and pensioners and all these other stuff, all the people, they're going to lose half their purchasing power in the next 10 to 15 years. What a catastrophe. Yes, it is a catastrophe. Okay, luckily we got crypto. But you got to remember, man, government, friends, they're smart. They're evil geniuses. And they've got to keep power. So they know, they have a list, man. They know, okay, what do we need to do to ensure that when we debase money, people don't riot? Number one, food. Okay, let's go look after all the farms. let's go make, that's why they're doing everything they can, friends. They're trying to feed you bugs. They're basically trying to make sure everyone has ample food, right? Now they're going to look after electricity, energy, okay? They have them down packed. That's why America does stuff, friends, like just starts wars in places out there so they can control more oil, okay? They should be giving everyone the advanced UFO tech, but I don't know if the world's ready for this warp drive stuff, okay? Because it just changes the fabric of society too much. Too much of an ontological shock. But you get the point. That's why America does it. That's what, this is all part of the plan. It's a very, very, very long plan, but living day to day, you can't see it. So that's why this global money printer, yes, it's going to keep activating up. Here, even Tether's going up, and this is Bitcoin just taking its time to react up. So that's the grand plan. I want you to know, yeah, there's going to be some tumbles. There's going to be some crackenings. There's going to be gold going up, and everyone thinks the war is over. But ultimately, they have it down packed, man. You already know, man. You and I, friends, I have to communicate by code words on YouTube's, okay? And Twitter is unhinged. Okay, Twitter's unhinged, but if Twitter ever got big enough, they're coming for that too. They mean deep state, right? Because they've got everything. They've got the media waves locked down. They've got the televisions locked down. They've got the radio waves locked down. Everyone's bribed. You see what I mean? Like they got it down packed, okay? It's very hard to actually topple everything, even though we feel like we're on the brink all the time. But I guess the problem for them would be bigger if crypto was like around 10 trillion now. You want to know why? Because the stock market's around 40 trillion and gold was a problem for them at around 8 to 10 trillion. So when crypto hits 10 trillion, that's why I really do believe. And what crypto hitting 10 trillion, friends, just to let you know, hopefully, eventually we get that. That would be, I think, Bitcoin around 200K. Okay, 200K, that'll be 4 trillion for Bitcoin. And then Ethereum is like, I think 10 to 20K, and then altcoins are the rest. So if Bitcoin, when it finally hits up here, this next bear market, I really do feel they're going to really throw out the self-custody ban. They're really going to throw that out. They're going to do something because, like, you just use it from past history. Gold was manipulated by them with the PEPE ETFs and everything when gold was around 8 to 10 trillion because gold was so big compared to the US stock market, and they got to keep everyone funneling in to their system, right? So they kept the lid on it for a long time. So now you get to see, okay, well, if gold was an issue at 8 to 10 trillion, Bitcoin, crypto is going to be an issue around there, right? That's going to be interesting. Now, if everyone knows this, does that mean everybody's going to sell up here? Absolutely no. You want to know why? Because the Bitcoin maxis will say, no, Bitcoin's only 4 trillion. When we're at $600,000, then it'll be an issue. And that's why they're probably going to hold through the top and have to sit through the next bear market. But hey, what's the problem with seeing a 200K come back down to 70K? That's better than 15K. And that was better than 3K the cycle before. And that was better than $180 the cycle before. So moving on to macro stuff, friends. So what's everyone waiting for? In less than 24 hours, there is a US unemployment data coming out. Very important. I guess they want to see how hard it's going to crack. And friends, I've got a lot of videos and theories about things coming out here. But in a nutshell, what we can do is we could just have a look at the others. What do we actually expect happening? It's something like this for the total crypto industry eventually, all right? Something moving up to around 5 trillion here. Now, this is basically we're at a fork once again. So you're always at a fork in the path, okay? Next year, we could either get the parabola up to 10 trillion or we come back down and retest, okay? That's why I recommend you get, if you are scared about this retest coming down here. So basically I did, just as a rough example, it's most coins go like between 6 to 10x from today, but then drop 80%. Okay, so that net on that crash, you're only up a 2x from today. Well, whatever your portfolio is, maybe you're just up like around a 2x. So you're gonna feel like you lost a lot of money. Like if some of you out here you have 100 grand. If I put your portfolio up to $1 million and you don't get out, it comes back to 200K. A lot of you might panic. A lot of people do panic. Okay, especially because it's gonna be 2025 and they think the cycle's over. That's why I tell you, if you had a Jeet stack, if you were able to add like, I don't know, like an extra 10 grand and you made that 10K, at least you get savings on the side, right? I'm just giving you just rough numbers out here that you just get to keep. You pay some taxes, you just keep it there. If you want a DCA and a couple of $100, stuff, just gives you more power just to sit on, right? Because you'd be watching my videos pretty much if we have to go through that. But there's also a chance we don't get this part. There's a chance we bull flag up here and we actually go and hit 10 trillion, in which case you're all out anyway because Bitcoin's 200K and everything else literally went to the moon. Now, specifically, that's what it looked like here on this chart. This is the others index, friends. So this goes from 200 billion up to around here. That's about 5x up here. So what I did was I measured this distance here, and I just use examples, right? PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX to combine. It did about 2 times whatever others did. So if we're expecting others to do 5 from here, maybe they do around the 10x from here. That would be the total Richard Heart ecosystem being around 30 billion. See, 30 billion, no one's going to sell. No one's going to sell. I can tell no one's going to sell. And why? Because Cardano, with no smart contracts in 2021, while launching projects on Ethereum, hit 100 billion. So you're thinking, wait a minute, if Cardano could get to 100 billion, why the hell should I sell this thing at like 20 to 25 billion? Because no one's going to be able to tick the top. You know what I mean? You're like, hey man, like the whole industry is bigger. We're still 1/4 of what they were back then. So that's what keeps everybody holding on. That's why I just don't want you to lose faith if we do get something like here, and then everyone's going to say it's over, and then we have to eventually grind back up. Because everyone's talking about, of course, the 4-year cycle and what's going to happen. Okay, you know, we'll see, friends. It's very, very possible as well. Things just turn around, Trump wins, and we just get a turbo pump too. But, you know, if we get that scenario, we all win anyway. We don't have to worry. And if you look at the grand scope of things, this is the others BTC chart. We're still grinding down here, friends. Nothing really to get excited about, but you can feel this cycle is heavier, man. Not even feel, you know it's heavier. Look at the distance. Your portfolio should be 4 to 5x higher from today. You know, like we should be peaking out by December. That's why it's moving along. It's taking a long time. I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating for everyone watching as well, but it's heavier. It might just be that it just needs to do this accumulation part. Because here's the thing which gets me bullish about this as well. The fact that Bitcoin has spent so much time here, okay? So much time here. Once it finally leaves and it goes up, this is the new floor. So it could always come back to 70 or even come back down to 50, but you're pretty much done once it's done accumulating. And you might even think that way about your altcoins as well. So this is the lowest portfolio you'll have probably for the rest of your life. Hopefully you don't get into any other trouble after that. But that's pretty much what it tells you. Now, just because I say that doesn't mean, oh, wow, it's up only. Yeah, but look at that example, man. Like if you have 100K, I gave you 10x, took away 80% in the midst of that bear. Because friends, I just got to let you know, right? If Bitcoin goes to 100 and 110 and comes back down just 30%, down here, altcoins are down 80%. We saw it this year. We saw it from this move here. Bitcoin down 30%, altcoins down 80% here. You see that? 60, 70, 80%. Many of them, most of them. Okay, only super strong ones went up. Okay, so if we get this 30% move again, same thing will happen again. And you're not going to get bad news up here. The bad news is going to come there. You'll probably, look, I'm just telling you now, I'm confident. I know what everyone's Achilles heel is. I know what it is, friends. I know what's going to make, say, Rand get the red thumbnail titles out and everything else bad. And it's this. It's the US yield curve. The US yield curve, this is the real one, the 10-year to 3-month. If next year, friends, if Bitcoin hits 100K and then this thing goes up and Bitcoin goes to 70K, I guarantee you it is literally going to be mayhem all around crypto. Because now you have 100% strike rate recession indicator. 100%. Okay. And there's going to be, I'm telling you now, friends, bulls sound stupid. I'm going to be sitting here going, look, I know we sound like retards. I know it's just the believers left, but my gosh, I'm not selling here. We're still way too cheap. They're going to print money. They have to print money. The worse this gets, the faster they print. You know that, right? They can't let this thing get out of hand. But no one's going to believe you. You want to know why? Because they want the news straight away. They're like, tell me everything's going to be all right. Okay, so just helping you prepare for this, because every time I talk about, when I see everyone's weak point, it usually ends up happening, which I don't like. Because I'm always thinking, oh, I'm just protecting myself. But no, it usually ends up happening to screw us later. But there are some things to actually keep us bullish, friends. I mean, we have crypto Crapo. You remember Crapo? Crapo's actually bearish. I think we're going up, friends. The market is looking heavy, not going to lie. I wouldn't rule out a final shakeout. 10 to 20% average drop. If it happens, it would still be a buy the dip opportunity. Friends, what did I tell you? Every time the bears have we're going to go down a lot and then we're going to go back up V. Whenever they do that, that's the bottom. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I can't explain it to you. It's a signal from the market telling you the only people left to sell are retards who are just selling because they think it's going lower. Just gamblers left. Okay? These people don't move markets. You know, they're the ones who get gobbled up by the market. So he's basically saying, he goes, oh, one more final shakeout, 10 to 20%, then up only. You notice that they always do that, friends. He was saying that here. He was actually still saying that here. You remember actually, Crypto Crapo had a big V thing here. He believed that, then he believed that, then he believed that, then he believed that. Then actually he got bullish up here, remember? He actually got bullish up here, then he got slopped out. That was funny. And then that's how we knew. We're like, oh, wow. Crapo has now capitulated, and now he's bullish. So let's see what happens. Friendly reminder to like and subscribe as well. Make sure you watch my bull market evolution guide, friends. Okay, I'm not even joking. $5,000 video for free. Take it for yourself. Watch it. You got to watch it twice. Okay, literally word for word, story by story. I go through everything that is repeating
VCs,
the same. Everything that is repeating the same, friend. So this is, look, man, when you billionaires and people who like smash things home run, they're visionaries. Okay, you need the vision, but you and I, okay, we're not one of those like 900 IQ geniuses. We don't get a vision in 6 seconds. Okay, I'm here 18 hours a day absorbed into it because I know the payoff is the greatest payoff of your life. You're risking 1 unit of time, so maybe 1 year or 2 year, 3 years worth of living expenses, whatever. You're risking 1 unit of time, but your upside is like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 times. That's your upside. Okay, so once again, if you're looking at Gaussian channels and moving averages and all these, you get psyched out. You get totally psyched out. You're like, oh, we hit down. We're going to look bad. It looks really, really bad. Look what happened last time. But then, I mean, like, I'll just show you all my, look at these, friends, the timestamps here. Look at this. Believe in something is the new diamond hands. Global liquidity cycle is the new QE. The Bitcoin power law model is the new stock to flow. $1 million Bitcoin target is the new 100K. Meme coins are the new NFTs, right? Look at these, friends. Bhutan, Argentina, and Dubai, they are the new El Salvador. PEPE and WIF are the new Doge and SHIB. Look at all these, man. We're up, friends. Look at these 18 points. US Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, the new Bitcoin ETF dream. You know the Bitcoin ETF dream? That was 4 years ago, but then we got it. Okay, now we got a bigger dream. You see that? It's all repeating, man. Crypto to 5 trillion. That's the new 1 trillion. The one where it's just going to go there and you don't even sell because it's just that the mania is just getting started. So that's what might happen again. Crypto goes to 5 trillion, just like how crypto hit 1 trillion, right, 3.5 years ago. And then all the momentum traders came in and it went from 1 trillion to 3. So we might get 5 to 10. Hopefully we get 5 to 10. Don't momentum traders, okay? Look at this. Look at this is number 12, friends. People are saying there's going to be no alt season because of the yield curve, right? That's the new zombie virus. So 3.5 years ago, people were showing dead bodies everywhere. They go, how hospitals are full. People don't know if they're going to die tomorrow or not. Their parents are sick. They're sick. Okay, how the hell are altcoins and crypto gambling things going to go up? It's just proof that all these mid-curve soy boys are wrong. Okay, they sound smart, but they're wrong. They get 15,000 reasons why they shouldn't do something. I'm just telling you, bro. It's one button, Habib. It's one button, okay? It's the money printer on button. That's it. Crypto is hyper-reactive to that. They send a lot of currency units out to the world. We have product market fit. There you go. We grab them. We grab them. Okay. There's something compelling about crypto, and our liquidity bucket is so small, it's very easy to fill. Okay. Now, I wanted to show you this Coinfessions Rekt story. This one's got a bit of a twist. Okay. I made a lot of money during this lunar cycle. Okay. So lunar from last cycle, and I sold the top. So I moved to Thailand and fell in love with a lady boy. It's been a year now, and she's taken all my money. Well, I got a problem with that. Firstly, he took all your money. Secondly, Thailand's GDP, friends, is gonna go mega hard if meme coins hit 100 billion market cap, and we actually see that. So it's funny, these Coinfessions Rekt, people coming here taking the piss. I love seeing these little things that, you know, behind all of these joke ones, there's a bit of truth in there, right? There is a bit of truth. Don't forget Dominando, friends. PulseChain will dominate the soy chains. And I just want you to have an appreciation. Actually, let's play some Dominando music. Have a look at this. Look at this AI stuff, friends. Look at the imagery and everything coming out of the chain. You're not seeing this Arbitrum, Igon layer. It's all black and white logo stuff. Oh, the little epsilon, the estrogen symbol, right? You're not seeing this in any other chain. Binance, nowhere near, man. Nowhere near, friends. It's not even close, man. I'm looking at them. I want to buy them. I want to buy them. The last thing I want to do is be long the guy that the corrupt SEC is going after. Okay, I just made a whole video telling you, well, just avoid coins of the SEC. I'm just looking around, I'm like, okay, man, they just don't grip people. They just don't. No one cares about voting on chain. No one cares about decentralization. They don't care. They want to feel something. Anything. They want to feel something. Okay, so shout out to Mr. Great Cabal, right, for that picture. Also, oh look, a picture just says 1,000 words, friends. Just have a look at this. Are you sure? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. That's our dear friend Eric. Don't forget, HEX is a better Bitcoin. You can learn this the easy way or the hard way. And check out the chart as well. Check out the chart, friends. This is what it's been doing. Up 267%. The other little squiggly lines here, look at this, 2%, 1%. This is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. That's why I made this post here. Just tagged everyone because these are true. Look, friends, listen. It's a dirty game. Do you understand? They were playing dirty for a whole 3 years. They were playing real dirty. Down 99%. They didn't care. How many people came to dance on Hexagon Graves, dance on Richard Hartgrave? Max Kaiser comes out, and then Karma got him with his show getting deleted because of pro-Russia talk stuff. All these people coming out, friends. Eric Wall, literally his curse has just begun. And don't forget, Eric, I will keep lighting candles for you, sir. We're going to need many, many candles. We'll keep lighting. But all these things are happening, friends. They come to dance on the grave, dance on the grave. Okay, well, no, here's some friendship your way. Ethereum, guys. Vitalik is dumping. Ethereum Foundation is dumping. In fact, the Ethereum Foundation, they're so scared of the crowd now. Do you know they've lowered their clip sizes? They're not dumping 1,000 ETH clips every week anymore. They're doing 200 per day. They're doing it slower because everyone's whinging because the ETH BTC is down 75% after 8 years, okay? Solana, FTX have a $950 million bag that it gets unlocked in March. $950 million bag. Friends, what is 5 times 950 million? Oh, it's 5 billion. Okay, thank you. So you're telling me if they can trap retail, they're going to have $5 billion. Maybe Soy Bankman-Fried gets a lower sentence and it gets more leniency because more money gets recovered and everything gets... Maybe that happens. I'm just telling you, this is all happening in the background, okay? Now, I'm not telling you, things are not going to go to zero, but where's the value there? Look who you're buying into, okay? Look at who's absorbing you there, okay? For Bitcoin, guys, also for Bitcoin, friends, I overwrote here, Richard buys HEX, so consider putting 1% of your portfolio into HEX, and you can make back more BTC by trading it out. Now, if you want to know from PulseChain community, I know Mr. Coffee loves looking at this stuff as well. Why is that effective for Bitcoin maxis? It's because that's the language they understand. That's how Bitcoin maxis talk to normie, TradFi, and Wall Street guy. I'm a Wall Street guy. I'm a 1% portfolio guy. That's how they talk to them. Because they're dealing with, okay, you got a $10 million portfolio, put 1% allocation in. It'll do you really, really good. And then eventually they move up to 10%. Okay, so that's how I talk to Bitcoin maxis, guys. I go, hey, man, put 1% of your Bitcoin stack and then you flip it for 10 times more Bitcoin. Then you have 10% more. It's a safer way of earning yield rather than giving it to a mining company and then losing your like 400 Bitcoin like Greg Foss. I think he lost. I still got to watch that interview with Greg Foss. I can't believe that happened, man. I hope that's not real, friends. But yeah, I heard Greg Foss. I hope, man. I got to do more research. But yeah, apparently he gave like, I think it was something like 400 or 1,000 Bitcoin. It's like $10 million worth of Bitcoin and they lost it all. But I didn't want to, but Richard Hart was right, man. Look, this only happened because Bitcoin doesn't give you yield and they want yield. Dude, Greg Foss is a Bitcoin maxi, friends. Greg Foss came out, started yelling profanity at Udi and Eric Wall, calling them the idiots. Okay? He goes, F you, Udi. He was really, really angry at them. Really angry. He didn't like them dancing as wizards and having a good time at the Bitcoin conference 2023. He didn't like them all. Think about that. Someone who's such a staunch believer, he traded bonds and knows risk. Hey, I want some yield. Let me go and put in a Bitcoin mining company. There you go. He's like $10 million worth of Bitcoin, man. So I hope there's more to the story, but that's what I've basically heard. Now, in other news, PulseChain Core Coins are slowly ticking up, friends. Okay, it's a 24-hour reading. PHEX is up as well. PulseX has been doing amazing. I can come and show you the chart. PulseX, friends, the ratio hit 0.6 against Pulse, which is huge. It means PulseX is 60% the size. A DEX is 60% the size of the layer 1 chain. I'm going to show you the ratio now. It's phenomenal strength. Look at this. 0.60. Is it going to head to parity? Maybe. Is it Richard moving ratios in the background? Maybe. But here's the funny part. A lot of people, friends, this makes me more bullish. You know, if Richard is moving ratios in the background, you know why it makes me more bullish? Because this is why. He can move one of the coins up a lot, and it's good marketing for everyone else out there in crypto. So like if HEX just went up 10x, but it was at the cost of everything else not moving, HEX goes up 10x, that powerful HEX message, that's more powerful than everything going up 2.5x. Okay, so HEX goes up 10x by itself. And then guess what it entices? You know, all those traders, all the traders that Richard said, don't trade, please, for the love of God, don't trade. They're going to keep trading. The buy and burn is going to be more effective, more volume gets done, and better marketing comes through. Wouldn't that be interesting? What are you going to do? This is the best part. When people say, it might not be him, it's organic. Who cares? It doesn't matter. All that matters is something's going up and there are Soyboys who are not long yet. That's all that matters. And trust me, those Soyboys, they know who they are. They're sitting on the sidelines. I want to show you some nice updates as well. This is what the HEX price chart looks like, friends. It's doing like this cute little flag part. I mean, like, it could be as simple as this, man. Like, friends, you understand? It's not bear market mode anymore, okay? This is early. This is the party, friends. This is the party. Like, you got to the party. It's a bit early. Everyone's having pre-jigs. We're like, lap it up, boys. Lap it up. Lap it up. Lap it up, boys. That's the mood I'm trying to get you in. Because if this thing keeps going up, do you think, oh, don't tell people it might be Richard buying? No. There are millions of people who will hear this message. And I'm going to say, you are a retardio because we have clearly laid out the thesis here for you. Some guy out there with $1 billion has to pump his own bag to get a better court sentence, hearing, thingamajig in about 28 days. What do you think is going to do to this price? What would you do to the price if people were whinging about this price and you needed a judge to look good on you? Okay. See, here's the thing, friends. I know people in the community, you don't like talking like that. You're like, no, but there's more substance. These people don't care, okay? They want you dead. They want your bags to stay down 99%. They dance on your coffin, okay? They're not your friend, okay? I'm your friend. They're not your friends. They're not our friends, okay? They're cucks. And trust me, they will come and buy the top later on. They will come and buy the top, okay? They will find a way to leave the rest of the cuck crowd and just insert themselves in, okay? You'll see it. I'll mark my words, you'll see it. And it kind of helps that there's a guy out here who is laying out this clear thesis and he has a sign saying, actually buy Bitcoin. I want you to think about how stupid would you feel when a guy with a buy Bitcoin sign lays out this clear thesis about how whatever coin you like, you can actually buy this bull market speculation vehicle, HEX, PulseChain, PulseX, all the altcoins, and actually make more of the coin. You like, because these things are going up. You can hate them, you can despise them, you can think it's a Ponzi and stuff. Doesn't matter. Chart went up. Chart went up. That's all that matters. You know, friends, no one told me about Shiba Inu. No one. Okay? And I'm glad. I'm glad nobody told me about Shiba Inu. Because if you just put in like $100, it would have turned into like a couple of million. Okay, back in 2020, just $100 because SHIB did 1 million X, literally a 1 million X, not percent, 1 million X. Okay, so you think about these for the rest of your life. It's going to happen to them as well. We saw some big pumpers as well. Look at these top gainers, friends. We have MEOWTH, So one of the PulseChain coins, we have PEPE, the protein version of PEPE, and we have PIKA to PIKA, which is a spear of that PulseChain. Now, when it comes to the PulseChain, friends, look, I'll just let you know, there's been some rumors. People might be out there in the future or currently trying to make their own Pokemon-themed coin and try to insert themselves in a rug. Just like what happened in Tengang, okay? So this is very, very... I think somebody maybe even tried it with the Eutropia ecosystem. They tried to do that, but I can't be held responsible for anything. That's why I just tell you lottery tickets, man. I know people are going to come and play it anyway. I'm looking at PIKA right now, and I'm noticing it's actually going the opposite of down. It's actually going up right now, friends. This is actually beautiful to see. 4.9 million market. This is actually huge. Wow. This is big. Wow. All right, 5 million. Friends, this is nothing. It's just getting started. If PulseChain is 25x away from like 30 billion or whatever, then these altcoins still should be going anywhere from 50 to 100x. That's why they're worth it, man. They're worth it. You're not going to get these lottery ticket stuff on all these other chains, friends. And look, all these other coins, friends, what I'm going to do now, I'll play for you some nice cranky G pumping music. These coins and these other chains, I have them and I like them and I love them. I'm just telling you, you don't get them cheap because there's too many eyeballs. The floor of what cheap is, it's much higher than PulseChain because there's too many people looking, okay? Like if you go for a house auction, friends, you would rather no one rock up to the auction. You're the only bidder. Wouldn't you run that? Or maybe just one guy. That's it. But if you see an auction and there's like, 38 couples there, you're like, oh, well, I've got no chance. And whoever's buying it is pretty much, they're going to pay $300,000 above reserve. That happens all the time in Australia. As soon as I see these reports of like, oh yeah, like I just see all these people crowded in the street, I go, don't even bother, dude. You're not going to get a deal. You're not going to get a deal at all. So it's literally the same thing, friends, because like people think, we're in the game, friends. I'm in the game, okay? I have a 3D view of everyone, and I know how everyone thinks. And everyone thinks they are the center of their own universe, and they think they're the only smart person. But actually, they are smart as a crowd, okay? And the crowd, the more people are exposed to something, the less cheap it is. All right? That's what happens. Unless the crowd all buys in, and they all say it's disgusting, and there's a flaw out here. You see, but that flaw is higher on all these other red ocean chains. Ethereum, red ocean chain. Solana, red ocean. Like you're not blue ocean when I can't watch a mainstream influencer on crypto on YouTube. I can't watch a single one without them mentioning top 3 coins to own: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. By the way, they dropped the Ethereum part now. Now they just put Solana. They say Bitcoin and Solana. Why? Because I'll just show you why. When people say that, friends, what they actually mean is they're long Sol ETH all the way up here. They're long the Sol ETH ratio up here. And I hope it works out. It's just, this didn't work out for Bitcoin haters at the end of 2021. It didn't. Okay. What ended up happening was there actually was a rotation. And don't forget our lovely friend, Dr. Hexologist, friends. He used 70,000 HEX to buy a pizza at launch. One day soon, only 10 HEX will be needed to buy a pizza. HEX, $1.49. That's what it'll look like. Now, at the top, you only need, like HEX, friends, was, you only need 70 HEX to buy a pizza. He bought it with 70,000. It's true. You only need 70 HEX because it was 55 cents. It's like 35 bucks. It's crazy, okay? If it hit it before, it can hit it again, okay? Yeah, maybe the crypto industry. When HEX peaked in 2021, crypto was 2.4 trillion, I believe. So if crypto goes up 4x to 10 trillion, surely we could get back to that all-time high, surely. Also have a video here, friends. They're all watching Sommi on YouTube and Twitter. So, look, I know, friend, look, in this bull market, venom and defending against scamsters and shady things, I know you and I, we have to let go of that now, okay? We have to evolve now. The cycle is going to drown you out. And why I'm talking about that is because I made a lot of exposed stuff for the past 2 years. And what I've actually found is the people I exposed are now watching my content, and they're not doing anything bad. They're just reverberating my content back to me. Now, it could be them or their researchers watching stuff, but they're just reverbing content back to me. And it's like, damn, man, I don't just want to live in an echo chamber. But it must be that we're on the path to being right in terms of there's VC coins over here, there's meme coins over here, and winning is like leverage altcoins. Okay, that's the best. That's the best alternative. Okay, not guaranteed win. That's the best alternative you have if you just want to, deviate outside of Bitcoin, for example. Okay, but that's why I'm having fun here. I'm just like loving the fact that wow, let's see, these people. Look, you find out a lot of them. They're actually just snake oil salesmen. They're a lot of them just reptile cold blood. They don't actually care. Like, if you call them out, they might get nervous for like 3 hours, but then they just continue doing what they're doing to just keep scheming in the background. Okay, so we can't take them fully seriously, but also the tone of attacking and venom, it will be slowing down from here because look, I'm just telling you now, friends, this is it. Everyone's a gatekeeper to their own community. Everyone. Okay, and in a bull market. I'm telling you now, man, when coins are going up, okay, you don't need to be best friends with someone. We saw it, man, in 2021, okay? You don't need to be best friends with someone. You don't need it. All you need is for them to not hate you enough to just be like, oh, wow, that coin's pumping. That's it. That's it. So maybe there's influencers. Maybe they're like, dumped in their followers or just did some shady stuff in the past. I know, friends. Trust me, I called them out for you. I called them out for everyone. However, what you'll see is the crowd will be bribed. How will they be bribed? You'll see them capitulate. You never know, man. A few of them are just going to be like, I might do a post like, oh, HEX is pumping. And then you might just see a random influencer you thought hated the community or even had a shady past. And they'll just be like, wow, even HEX is going up. They'll just say that. And then all the Hexicans will rush in. And some of them are going to be like, hey, you're a scammer. But you're just going to have to know that type of attention, it makes you feel good. The endorphins are feeling good. And then you start dropping your guard again. Eventually, though, the beginning of that is amazing. And then eventually that snowballs into full-on euphoria. And everyone forgets where they came from and stuff. But hopefully we get into that moment, friends. So this is a 8-bit sprite of Dark Souls, friends. Is this Solaire of Astoria? It's not Solaire, friends. It's one of the other knight dudes, okay? If you're playing Dark Souls, you understand what I'm talking about. So we have to power up. We have to change that red Floptober into green. But let me show you this. And I really did save the best for last. Exactly. Look, actually, friends, I'm not even going to spoil it for you. Let me read these comments here for you, okay? Let me read these comments. I'm going to read it to you. 9 days in, and yet another example of how you should never follow the crowd. Everyone was tweeting insane about Uptober. Yet here we are. Everyone is getting royally trucked. Sheep are always led to the slaughterhouse. Never blindly ape. Watch and wait before making your move. Next comment. Uptober, more like Floptober. Ha 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 ha. Next comment. 5 legs down from my red box. Uptober lasted not even 2 days. We're now in October, as in game over. One more comment. These are all tweets. A lot of likes, a lot of follows, okay? Half of Uptober gone. Sick developing monthly candle. That, my friends, was from October 2023. That's right. That's right. All of them. 2023, 2023, 2023, 2023. Bitcoin's price, $29,000. I'm just going to come back and show that to you right here. That was literally... it was literally here. Okay, you could not pick a worse point to get bearish. Boop. The biggest move of all time. I'm not saying that's happening now, but like, because you don't want to jinx it. But hey, what if that's it? What if there's literally the rest of October is way? So as you can see, friends, but shout out to the gentle friend who collected all these. It's a very, very small account I started following. So starting that big rally, that's beautiful. And here we have Ovidian Hex manifesting the green candles. Also a cat here, an ode to Hexolina Pulse who I think has multiple accounts somewhere. Everyone's just typing lols with a Z. So you get to see it, man. Cycles, friends. That's why I watch my bull market evolution guide. You're like, wow, October? Now imagine the whole cycle. So it is all happening again. But like I said, let's temper it down again. We know it's all happening again. The issue, though, is how high do we go up? We know it's all happening. How high do we go up? And that, my friends, I guess we're going to find out once again the hard way by walking forward in time and praying that we get the mother of all God candles. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you in the next one.